On Monday, Jess says goodbye to Bells and Emma and walks past the crowds of students and the line of cars waiting to pick people up. Abby's car stands out amongst the dusty old vehicles in the parking lot, and the shiny Mercedes gleams in the afternoon sunlight. Abby waves her DED at it, and the car beeps and turns on automatically. The dashboard has a unique electronic interface. Jess can't see the touch display for commands. All cars have them, even the driver-operated ones. Oh, it's a custom model. I just used the steering wheel, Abby says when she notices Jess's confusion. Did you want to listen to the radio? Jess nods, and Abby waves a hand at the dash. Jess doesn't see any buttons, but it must have some advanced motion tech, because soon a jaunty pop song is playing over the speakers. They pull out of the parking lot and are about to pull onto the road that heads downtown when Jess remembers. Hey, do you mind if we stop by my house to get my Mon robot before heading to work? Oh? Yeah, it's just super old and I wanted to see if I can get an employee discount on an upgrade. I could fix your robot, Abby says. Really? Are you going to be doing it at work? Sure, no problem. I was testing this new AI software anyway, and I could try and get it out to you on no cost to you. Abby grins. Jess's house is empty, but she finds Char still sleeping in the charging station. She picks it up and holds it out to Abby. This is Char. Abby runs her hand along Char's silver case. Hi there. She peers into the little display of lights. I named mine too, Abby says. What does Char... am I saying it right? What's it mean? You're saying it almost right, Jess chuckles. It's short for... Apologies for the pronunciation, as always. Cha Trung Hap. A Vietnamese meatloaf. The first night we had the robot, we were having dinner, and some fell to the floor, and this little guy tried to vacuum it up and got stuck. Even after we fixed it, the next day it got stuck on some charlois. And my mum got mad because it was a waste of good food, but I thought it was really silly. Thought it made a great name. Abby laughs. Alright, let's look at you. She turns Char over and examines it carefully. Wow, this is one of the first models, Abby says. I'm surprised to see it still running. The robot cheeps as Jess pats it. See? It recognizes you. AI is still good, just needs a tune-up, Abby says. On the way to the lab, Jess is just filled with questions. So, how long have you been interested in robots? What are you working on in the lab? I'm so glad for you that Emma's letting you do more things. That receptionist position was totally wasted on you. Abby laughs. Oh, yeah, I didn't mind doing that. But there used to be tour groups, or the board of directors would come to see what the mischiefs were working on, so there was more of a need. But now it's just me and you. And Em. And Em, Abby nods. She does all the high-tech research stuff. She's like the second in command under the mischiefs, so now she's in charge of everything. Everything's great so far. I hope she liked my organization system. Those files were ridiculous and all over the place, Jess says. No, we really appreciate the help in organization. Abby carries Char into the building. In the elevator is a man with tall, oily grey hair and wearing an expensive suit. Miss Jones, he sniffs. And you must be the new hire. This is Jessica Tran. I give you one hire and this is who you get? Another teenager, the man says. How are we going to get anything done at all? Jess bites back a retort about how teenagers do so much, and the man gets off at the next floor. Who is that? Jess says. That's Gregory Stone, Abby says and sighs. He's the chair of the board of directors. Pretty much runs everything, from the sales to the patents to the new designs. Was he always a jerk? Pretty much. He relies very heavily on my bosses to make certain things and needs results right away. And right now that they're gone, it's all an M, and it's very stressful. Abby shakes her head, and then the elevator door opens, on their floor. "Oh, here already," Jess exclaims. She didn't see Abby key in her code. Char makes a happy-sounding beeping noise. They get to the lab and find an empty workspace in the back. Abby pats the Mon robot and flips a switch to put it to sleep while she works on it. Jess hovers, waiting. Abby blushes. It's hard for me to concentrate with someone watching. Do you mind? I think Em left you a list of tasks in your office." Jess blinks. "Sure, okay. Good luck." She goes to her office and gets to work. The tasks are routine by now. Jess creates a new electronic file for each of the different projects, entering them in the database you created the first week. Jess finally looks up from her desktop to take a break. Usually Em would have come in by now to say hello, or to take away completed projects, or to give her new ones, but she hasn't even heard the familiar whir of her suit. Jess wanders to Abby's workspace. "Abby?" She hears a clatter. Jess rushes forward and sees Abby with Char at the table, and a bunch of various circuit boards and metal electronic pieces on the floor. Abby winces. I dropped a wrench on my foot." "Oh no, I'll get you some ice," Jess says. "How's my buddy?" "Doing well. I'm almost done, thanks." Abby smiles. There's no ice in the kitchen on this floor, so Jess runs to the elevator and goes up a floor to get ice from the kitchen in the lab upstairs. A few other employees are on their break. Jess ignores them as she roots around in the freezer for something frozen. "Ugh, I can't wait until the day when they activate the thing. Then it'll be nothing but smooth sailing for all of us," one of the other employees says. "Hear, hear," someone else says, and coffee cups clink. Jess finds the ice pack and heads back downstairs. As she approaches Abby's workspace, for a second Jess thinks she sees the circuit board float in the air with a wire moving in and out of it. But when she looks again, it's on the table in Abby's hand. "I'm done," Abby says. Char cheeps, and Abby sets it on the floor, where it wheels in a proud circle, moving faster than Jess has ever seen it. "For your foot," Jess says, offering her the ice pack. "Oh, thank you." Abby sinks into her chair and toes out of her shoes. She props her foot on the table and puts the ice pack on her foot. I get startled easily. "Hey, do you know if Monroe Industries is launching some sort of thing that will result in lots of money for all the workers?" Abby scrunches her face. "No idea. Where'd you hear that?" Sorry, punch the mic. In the break room upstairs. Seems like a bunch of people are excited about something happening soon. Weird. I didn't hear anything about it, and I hear everything. The sound of the elevator startles them. Abby frowns. That's strange. I'm not expecting anyone else today. "It could be Em. I haven't seen her come in yet," Jess says. "No, Em is in the back." She blinks. Oh no, the code. It's Stone's code. He's coming to inspect. He must have remembered he had an upcoming inspection and decided to do it today. She looks around. "I gotta go tell Em." "The lab looks fine," Jess says, but she hurries to pick up the pieces of discarded circuitry around Abby's workspace and makes a passably neat pile. She picks up Char and stashes it in her office, and then goes to the main room. The elevator door opens and Stone walks out. He sneers at Jess's t-shirt and jeans. Monroe Industries has a dress code standard. "Em said I could wear whatever I wanted. It's just a few of us down here, it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm presenting to your clients or anything." "Em?" Stone asks, raising his eyebrow. He glances behind her and nods in recognition. "Ah, there you are. Master Mischief, how are the plans for the new line of Mon robots coming along?" Jess turns around, curious to see the villain she's been working for, but only sees Em walking forward in the suit. "Gregory," Em says, but it's in a different voice, electronically pitched lower. "I thought inspection wasn't until next week." Well, I ran into 2 of your interns and was reminded of all your little projects here," Gregory says, frowning. I keep telling you that Abby Jones is a right smart girl. We should have her back up in research. You shouldn't be keeping her for yourself. She can be more creative here, and she likes it here. Maybe you should just ask Abby instead of just talking about her like she isn't here, Jess says. I just saw her. I can get her for you. Jess checks in all the offices, even the bathroom, but she can't find Abby. When Jess returns to the central workspace, Stone looks unsettled, but M hands him a few data chips and folders, and he seems appeased. He takes the files and gets in the elevator. M? Jess asks. Yeah, it's me, M says once Stone is gone. You know, I remember you saying something about pretending to be Master Mischief. Why do you need to? Stone can't know that Master Mischief isn't here. He'll run the company into the ground. As long as he thinks that Mischief is still coming up with ideas and plans, we have some semblance of control. Jess narrows her eyes. She'd asked him a few times if Master Mischief was ever going to make an appearance in the lab, but he always seemed to be either busy or their work was not of import yet. In fact, yesterday, Em had told her the Mischiefs were travelling. I thought you said he was out of town with Mistress Mischief. They are, it's just, well, they're trying to solve a problem right now, and it's taking much longer than expected. Where have you been? I haven't seen you all day, Jess says. I missed you. Oh, yeah, thanks. I had something pressing keeping me in the back. Oh, I did have a question about this project. Is it true that Plasma Man and Miss Mischief are related? Oh yeah, they most definitely are. I mean, a number of metahumans are related to each other. The genetic expression is inherited, of course. Not always, but sometimes. Em turns her head a little. You really missed me? I don't know how I got anything done without the sound of your suit in the background. Jess smiles, and Em's face panel lights go bright pink.